second half action getting ready to get underway between the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks and the Utah Utes. This is game number 2. Utah riding a 37-game winning streak. Not a home winning streak, a 37-game overall winning streak, undefeated for 2.5 years, and in the middle of quite a war with Stephen F. Austin. They got a 0 on the board, and they don't have a whole lot of numbers, but they're only trailing 17-0. It has been a fight for the Utah Utes to put points on the board. If you guys missed any of the action, you're just tuned in, make sure you check out the first half in the archives, either on YouTube or on Patreon. If you're watching this one on Twitch, then you got to go over to Patreon for a couple of months to watch this one in full. But if you happen to be watching this video on YouTube, then yeah, you can go into the archives and check out the video from the day before to see all the first half action and see two offenses just have a slugfest. Just go brawling it out. So Stephen F. Austin, the Lumberjacks, out from East Texas, from, where are they from? Werschenberger, Texas? They're from Nacogdoches, Texas. 1923, Stephen F. Austin coming in for this battle right after the Utah Utes knocked off number 8 Nebraska in the Cowboy Classic. And look at this, Patrick Berg. That is the biggest play of the game for the Lumberjacks here, coming out of the locker room, making those halftime adjustments. And Stephen F. Austin is in big business here. We hit the road next week to take on the South Alabama Jaguars in Mobile to complete a 3-game series with them. Oliver Bracken play fake. Couldn't find anybody open, and they're going to lose a little bit of momentum right there. Darren O'Donnell coming in with a linebacker sack on quarterback Oliver Bracken. Second down and 13. Just back of midfield here. And Bracken goes down again. So a couple of nice sacks driving Oliver Bracken back. That one is Brandon Charles. TV Sports brought the heat on that one. We're gonna do a blitz again. I'm gonna give you the inside scoop right now. We're bringing everybody again on 3rd and 22. Just put the heat on them. Bracken. Oh my goodness, and he nearly throws it right into the waiting hands of Sam Harris. The most productive play of the game for Stephen F. Austin on the screen results in them just moving backwards. We can maybe start to feel a little bit more at ease if we can lead a touchdown drive here. Ooh, Jason Newton. I thought he was a little slow to get up, but he's doing good. He's all right. Heisman Trophy candidate running back Bill Bradford. Still waiting for his Heisman moment here in these first 2 weeks. This might be it. That was a pretty solid run by Bill Bradford, sneaking past everybody and picking up the first down. 58 yards on the ground. Just over 10 carries for him. Everyone pulling across, waiting for the blockers, and just couldn't keep his footing, because he had nothing but daylight in front of him. Maybe the black jerseys are just bad luck. Should we keep wearing them? We had the 1 year where we wore the all black with the red helmets. We traditionally like to keep it black jersey, or red helmets, red jersey, black pants, and then on the road, red, white, and red. So maybe we switch it up a little bit. We're going out, so why not go a little crazy with the unis here. Cross. Nice throw on the move, and Brian Baldwin had to just kind of slide down and make that grab. 11-23 for Andrew Cross. Nebraska, they bounced back with a win over Northwestern. How about Fresno State of the Alliance out in the Pacific Division of the Alliance, knocking off the Georgia Bulldogs? Was that caught? Wow! Tossed into double coverage, and Jason Newton. Look at this. Oh my God, I thought that was going to be intercepted. Jason Newton somehow comes down with it. So yeah, how about Fresno State? They went to the college football playoff. They've been a long-time member. Oh, and Bradford gets taken down. They've been a long-time member of the Pac-16 in our world. Very early on, they had multiple undefeated seasons and were able to move up. And they went to a national championship early on in their run. And they were in the college football playoffs a couple years ago, as was USF. But when the conference realignment happened and the Pac-16 went in separate ways, they did not make the call-up. So they're considered one of the big teams in the Alliance. It'll be a face mask against Stephen F. Austin. So they're up there as well. And when you think of other prominent college football playoff teams that did not get the call-up that are now part of the Alliance, of course, you got Fresno State, you got Army, you have Navy, USF, college football playoff team. Of course, Miami, Ohio, Texas State. So just because you're in the Alliance and there's a touchdown for Aaron Price, just because you're in the Alliance doesn't necessarily mean you won't ever get an opportunity at the college football playoff. There's going to be opportunities abound, as we've seen in the past. Army, Navy, USF, Fresno. It was 2 years ago, it was Fresno and USF, but of course that was Fresno in the Pac-16 and USF in the Big East. What's some other purple FCS teams? Let me read them out. You got Abilene Christian, the Albany Great Danes, Alcorn State, Central Arkansas, Holy Cross, good done, Holy Cross, Furman, James Madison. They're not FCS, but in this game they still were. Obviously in real life they made the jump up, but in this world they would still be FCS. North Alabama, mentioned them. UNI, which is where Darren Johnston and Kurt Warner went to college. Northwestern State, Prairie View A&M. So we got a lot of purple teams to choose from. For Stephen F. Austin, Western Carolina, Weber State. That's a gain of 7 on the play. I don't know what the FCS teams are going to look like in the new game. Or we're going to do the same thing for whatever colors they wear to kind of match them up. Thank you so much, WX Man. I won't be able to text while I'm there, so you'll have to keep me abreast of everything going on stateside on Snapchat or Facebook Messenger. Okay? There's no there'll be no data. No data can get that far. We got a replacement. I don't know, was there an injury while I was looking down or not? Maybe a good time for a replacement. Brian Jones coming in for Stephen F. Austin. And so far, he's going to start off 3 for 3. So Lumberjacks making the change. And it's working out for him right now. Jones, look at this. Oh my goodness. And they just couldn't figure out who was going to get the ball. Play golf with Brian Jones. Okay, well there you go. Brian Jones, good golfer and a hell of an arm as well. Very nice. 3rd and 7. Jones, wide open. Mendoza almost fell out of bounds. I think he was so flustered that the ball was in his hands. And the Lumberjacks on the move. They got some catching up to do, but 20-point leads are hard to come by. Just ask the Nebraska Cornhuskers how easy it is to blow a 20-point lead. Brian Jones, screen pass. And Berg is going to put the ball on the turf, recovered by Joe Davis. And another promising drive for the Lumberjacks. Let's see. Was any part of the body down? No, I think that's a clean fumble. Yes, sir. Clean fumble right there. And if we get one more score, I think we can start going into clock chewing mode in this one. Cross finds an open receiver, Tommy Singleton. That's his first catch today, right? Yes, it is. There's the senior coming through. Cross had to kind of wait a while for that play to develop, but it did happen. And going in motion here, handoff to Bradford. There's a block cut inside and just short of the first down. Give the Lumberjacks a lot of fight here. They, you know, a lot of FCS teams, sometimes you could walk in and it's an easy win, but Stephen F. Austin has made #1 in the nation fight with everything they got. It has not been an easy one for sure. First down, Bradford, and a whole bunch more. We got the TV Sports mascot Luna the cat here. Welcome, Luna. Glad to have you joining us. What do you think of the Utah Utes 37-game winning streak and our struggles on offense? Too much? He's gonna miss me while I'm away. Incomplete. Looking for Singleton. I got the little cameras though. I'll be watching. My mom will come by, play with her. Second down and 10. Cross. Sack. Wow. Immediately. So that's his third sack in this one. That is also something to look at as we go into the second half of, or not the second half, but the first part of conference play coming up, is how many times Cross is going to get knocked around and the amount of sacks. He might have to figure out quick release. There'll never be another team. This all sounds so sad. Andrew Cross to Baldwin. There's still hope. There's still hope. If we get 10 new Patreons in the next 2 weeks, then maybe we can go full time. 4th and 2. We should just go for it, right? Let's do it. 2 weeks, 2-week journey. Let's get 10 new Patreons. Tell your friends. Get all the bonus content. Second. Oh my goodness, just short, but they do get the first down. Speaking of, let's get some plugs out before we get it. There you guys go. You want to support the channel, follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Some of the SK Money episodes are going up on YouTube that we did. And we got to get SK Money over for another showdown, another game showdown. Of course, Patreon, Streamlabs, Ko-fi. Shout out to Kenneth and SK Money for their Ko-fi donations. And there is the touchdown. 10 Patreons. Let's go. Is that enough for full time? I don't know. That might not be enough for full time. We might have to get a few more than 10, but that'd be a good start. All right, extra point, and it is good. $31-0. Leave at least the defense out a little bit longer. Might make a change on offense. Where's Chaotic? Yeah, he hasn't been here in a while. Defense has delivered again. Now, they gave up the 3 touchdowns to Nebraska, but they were also a big reason why we stayed in that game with Nebraska. And you can see what we have done against Stephen F. Austin here. 31-0. We'll go into clock chewing mode as well once we get back on offense. Jones, who has played well since he's come in relief of Mr. Oliver. He chunks that one out of bounds, incomplete. Chaotix is the reason I'm going in semi-retirement. Couldn't do it. Couldn't get the support from Chaotix. He didn't want to do it. Of course, those of you that might be watching, I'm jonesing. I know Chaotic's personal friend, good man. He's a live wire, loose cannon. That's why he's chaotic. Third down, Jones on the screen. Man, I'll say for as good as this Utah defense has been this season, they have not come up with a... Well, I guess they have. Never mind. I say they haven't really come up with any big turnovers. They have come up with turnovers, but in the Nebraska game, they didn't. But here they got the fumble that they had, and that was kind of a big turnover. So, but I'm looking at a moment like that. Number of interceptions. We should have a lot more interceptions here. All right, let's make this the final drive. Offense and defense will go into clock chew mode after this. We'll go to the backups. Bill Bradford gets ripped down from behind. South Alabama up next. You guys pumped for South Alabama. Good old Mobile. All right, we're going to go into clock chew mode. Yes. Let's do it. Chew that clock. Bill Bradford. Man. 92 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it's, it has not been for a Heisman candidate, you're expecting 150, 200, right? He's definitely had to fight for every yard he's had. 3rd and 9 for the Utah Utes. And Cross gets sacked again. He's closing in on double-digit sacks across the first 2 games. Just no communication on who was blocking who. And Cross going to get drilled in the knees. So we'll go ahead and make the changes. Can we not pause? God, I hit the pause button like 3 times. The one thing that we don't have in Madden, I would laugh if the new game comes out and see the College Football 25 and they don't have this feature in here. Like, mass substitutions. How is that not in Madden? I hope they light a fire under the Madden development team's ass with College Football 25. I hope it's so awesome that the Madden development team has to step up their game. Internal competition. We got the backups in, and it looks like Oliver's coming back in. So WX Man's golfer buddy coming out, and Bracken is going to run it. He takes a slide. He's going to hit one of our guys right in the knees. Don't hit someone in the knees, Haas.
That makes it 1st and 10.
Stephen F. Austin has had moments where they've moved the ball and looked good on offense like this right here. But they've been unable to sustain it. Little mistakes here or there cost them points. I'm living in the TB Sports apartment because no one can buy a house in the U.S. Let's get that in the comment. How about the housing in the U.S.? American dream, huh? It's a TV Sports apartment with my loud neighbors stomping around all hours of the day. I haven't heard them today, so maybe they're out gallivanting in the town. But apartment living, here we come. La 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 la. Third and 14. Another screen pass. Some of those have worked out, but Patrick Berg, he's had quite a time as well trying to move the ball. Tennessee, they're jumping into some FCS action. Who's Tennessee playing? Who are we gonna? Let's look up our FCS list. So we picked Citadel for South Carolina to play. Let's see. Let's look. Should they play a T? Look into the T's. Put Princeton to battle the orange teams. What about Tennessee Martin? Let's just do all local. Tennessee Martin is playing Tennessee. The TB Sports trailer. It'd be cheaper, I'll tell you that much. But living in Florida, a hurricane, that sends you right into Tampa Bay. So we got the backups coming in. Aaron Price in the mix. We got Zach Hall as well, who has been with this team. Talking about NIL and transfer portal and all this stuff. Zach Hall has been a backup and played behind a struggling Andrew Cross his whole career and has gotten to play, but he did not transfer. He stuck around with this team. But give the man credit. He has been loyal to this team, and he's been a big part of this winning streak and has helped us get a couple of wins, too, when we really needed them. We got Mississippi State trying to pull off a little bit of a comeback against Ohio State, but I think that'll be for naught. What do you guys think? Should we play one more game tomorrow before our official semi-retirement? And we just say semi-retirement because it's just going to be not being able to come on 5 days a week and stream like we used to. But we're still gonna pump out. We're still gonna pump out some game. You're gonna be surprised. You're gonna be sitting there. It's been months. I haven't seen TB Sports, and boom, there's gonna be a stream just hitting you right across the face.
That is a loss of 1 yard.
WX Man says F yes. So we should do South Alabama tomorrow. Let's do it. Let's do the Jags game. We'll do one more game tomorrow. South Alabama before AEW Dynamite. Close out the initial TB Sports era. But if we hit our goals, oh my goodness, Evan. If we hit our goals, then we can go back to streaming 5 days a week. Patreon signups and all that stuff. Subscribers, 1,000 subs on YouTube would be a good start. How about 1,000 followers on Twitch? And 10 patrons. That would be a good start to getting back to streaming 5 days a week, I think. Fair catch called, so Stephen F. Austin gonna try one more rally here, and I think if we get the ball back, we'll just run it and try to get out of here with a shutout win. Oliver Bracken on the scramble, hits the spin move. Look at Oliver Bracken go.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Iowa State having a little rivalry game in week 2. How about that? Pitching it out to Berg. Man, Berg. He got Iceberg on his feet or something because he had open field and now he's coming back injured. Maybe that's why he slowed down. He might have pulled a hamstring or something or gotten a severe Charlie horse because as soon as he had the ball in his hand, he just like stutter stepped and didn't go for it. 3rd down and 5. Bracken. Nowhere to go in this Utah defense.
Loss of 7 yards on the play. 4th down.
How about that block? Did you see? Look at this and the nice return. All right, we got a minute 34. Number 1 versus FCS. Alabama does it all the time. Georgia does it all the time. Here's the thing. Because there's a lot of people that hate these kind of games. I don't. As someone that likes, it's from Troy. Someone that's a Boise State fan. I like seeing the small school get to take on the big school. Every once in a while, you get the big upset. Now, it doesn't happen all the time. It's like once out of every 90 games you get the big upset. But we would never have Michigan and Appalachian State if we didn't have these kind of games. So it happens sometimes. For every 50 blowouts, you get the big win. And it's a chance for Stephen F. Austin. Hey, you went to Stephen F. Austin, you got to play the #1 team in the country, right? and for all those teams that played Alabama. For the Citadel, they went toe-to-toe, 10-10 with Alabama in the first half, and I know the second half got away from them. I think about that all the time. I know that's a moment those players probably never forget. Hey, remember when we stepped on the field at Bryant-Denny and we held Alabama to a tie? Come on. Plus, SK Money, you're the one that put us up against Nebraska. So we needed a rest. We needed a come down after that. You can't just go, when you're riding a 37-game winning streak, you can't just go nuts.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards.
You gotta have some rest in between. Plus, this is our first FCS team we scheduled, and there's the concussion for Bergs. I guess he didn't pull anything. This is the first FCS team that we've played in, gosh, how many seasons? 10 seasons? Weber State was the last one. That was back in like season 13, I think, 13 or 14. Yes, sir. Should we do one more game tomorrow? South Alabama. This sounds so sad. It sounds so final. I might be able to. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to talk. We'll have to do some convincing to try to get on more than once. There's just gonna be WX man knows. There's just so much. There's so much life change that happened on the back end. But we get the win over Stephen F. Austin. Should we do one more? Should we come back tomorrow? South Alabama. I think we might. We heard people shouting it out. Don't worry, we'll still stick around. We got to finish this season. We got to do one more season. Coach Shaq. We got to play Coach Shaq, that terrible team, that terrible no-good team. WWE 2K, the road to WrestleMania. A second season of ESPN 2K5. Yes, sir. Thank you for the cup of coffee. SK Money, the $5 cup of coffee. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kenneth, as well. Man, I should do a semi-retirement stream more often. That's the most bank we've made. So I do appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. But we got to finish out. We got to finish out Coach Shaq. Second season of 2K5 with the 10 patrons. So we still got a lot of big business to go. We got new games coming out. We got the new college football coming out. I want to get that and play it on the channel with you guys. So be on the lookout. In the meantime, speaking of Patreon, we're going to do our post-game show, Week 2 post-game show, where we look at all the scores, all the upsets. We'll look at the Heisman Watch, the stats, and everything. So check us out, patreon.com/TBSports27 for the Week 2 post-game report. And we'll see you guys next time, TB Sports 27.